everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you all so much for watching. We are approaching the 3,000 subscriber mark, which is a huge milestone for me. You know, I never went into this with huge expectations of, getting to even this much, So thank you all very, very much for everything. So today at work was a rough day. It was a day where I was on the verge of just calling it quits. And it kind of made me have a moment of reflection. And I like that word, reflection. And I used it in my last video too. And I've used it in a couple of videos of talking about like reflecting, reflection, things like that. And I kind of like that word. I like that as a concept. I like that as a, as something to look at, or like a tool to use. Because in my moment of reflection today, I looked back at like what brought me here? What brought me to this point in my life? What brought me to make videos? And the answer was to help people, right? It was to help and provide information for people, to help people, and to get them to where they need to be, same as, what I had to do without the same help. So I figured, well, if I put out my journey and how I came to this point, maybe it might help some people out. And that was what brought me to this, this moment. And so that brings me to my next thing, is kind of like I need a course correction here. So on the same train of helping people, I want to go with what I was doing once before with people in the past. Is, I would meet up with some people and I would help them figure things out. We met in real life. We would talk online, and we met in real life, and we just would work through their transition. I would help them. So I think going forward is, I want to do like a kind of like a life coach. And I like that, like life coach, right? So basically it would be, and I would have to set this up more officially, going forward in the future. But basically it would be, maybe I would do something like, and I would like this to be something more full time, because it's way more fulfilling to me. And unfortunately, if I was to make it into something more, unfortunately I would have to like charge something, because it would be kind of like my livelihood. That would be something that I would be doing as a job. And going forward, like I'm not licensed psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, or anything like that. It's just my experience and my wisdom and knowledge of what I've done to become where I am, where I'm at. So I would probably do something like, maybe $50, $50 for an hour, 75 for 2 or something like that, and that would be, like through a Zoom call or something like that. You would have your own personal, like a password going on the Zoom call, so we're not interrupted, so nobody can just, call in and, interrupt and stuff like that. So that way it stays private, stays personal to you. And basically it would be kind of like a life coach. So in that hour or 2 hours or however many you want to do, is we could work on voice, we could work on walking, we could work on mannerisms, we could work on helping to find resources, doctors, how to get started, where to get started. If there's things going on, at home that you just need help with, there's things that you want to talk about. And like I said, unfortunately, I would have to charge something, because if going forward I was able to turn this into something that I would be able to do, I can't do it for free and expect to live at the same time, right? So I would do it, something part-time in between my regular job, and then eventually maybe phase out my regular job. I'm not happy there. I don't like doing it, necessarily what I'm doing. I've been there for a very long time. And, So I'm comfortable there, but it wasn't what I was meant to be doing. What I was meant to be doing was to be helping people, and I've always been like that. I guess what I'm asking is if this is something that you guys are interested in, or if you know somebody that would be interested or needs help or wants help or anything, please reach out to me. What I'll end up doing is I'm going to make an email, a specific email towards this. I'll put probably the email right here, and I'll put it in the description as well. And what you can do is shoot me an email, and eventually I'll make some kind of LLC, or and I'll have like a website up and going, and make it more official. And hopefully, I guess long term, my goal would be you could rent me, I guess, for a week. And I know it makes me sound like a prostitute, I get that, but hear me out. Basically, what I would love to do is, there's so many of us and only one of me, and I can't be in all these different locations, right? So what I would like to ultimately do is either have a big gathering where everybody kind of gathers into one location and we all work on resources and work on everything together, or I would go to each person's location and it would be more specialized towards that person and towards their needs. And it was funny because I was speaking with somebody actually very, very recently, and she kept saying, "Oh, I wish you were closer. I wish you were closer to, you could help me." And yeah, I think that would be, a future thing where you would rent me, I guess, for like the week or whatever. And I would go to wherever you are, and we would work on things to help build your confidence, to help you feel more confident about what you're doing, and to help you through to get your transition started. And I think that would just be fantastic. That would be like a dream. That would literally be a dream of mine, to like just go to everyone's location, go and help it, and just help everyone. And maybe someday I can get to that point, maybe not. Maybe this will never be anything, and I just, I'll just continue helping people through texts and, do what I can from my location. But yeah, I guess ultimately is, if you guys want help, if you want to do it, if you want to talk, if you want to go over anything, if you need whatever you need, I'm here to help you move forward in your transition, or to help you overcome any barriers and barricades that are in your life. And don't be afraid to reach out to me. Everything will be completely private. Nothing would be brought up, obviously, in videos and stuff like that. And then eventually I will be working on like a website. And maybe in the future, if this did become and go in the direction that I wanted to go, as I kind of briefly mentioned it once before, was I would eventually like to do a YouTube channel dedicated to helping people, maybe even off of this channel, kind of morph this channel into that direction, where if the person that I say, for instance, I went to them for like a week, we would film the whole thing, as long as that's what they were on board for. And we would film the whole thing, and it would be an episode like on a YouTube, like a YouTube episode of like pre-transition leading up to the transition, and so on and so forth. And I thought that would be like a really fun and interesting idea. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And, if there's something that you guys think of that would be a better idea, or something to mold off of this idea, please, by all means, let me know. And yeah, I will try to get this up and running and get this going. And if you guys really want to do this, and this is something that if anyone needs help, please, like I said, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I don't bite hard anyway. And we'll see what this goes. All right. That's all for today's life lesson. I guess that's, it's been a day. So I'm like, phew. Anyway, I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.